he was going to join us tonight, but I'm not sure where he is. I'm just going to send him an invite in case he got confused or something. So SD, SPD, there we go. Stephen De Silva, yeah. Okay, I've sent him an invite, so he can join. Anyway, so I thought we'd learn a great tune today called The Laddie with the Plaidie, or The Lad wi' the Plaidie. And it's what they call a Highland Fling, or a Scottish. I'm sure you guys have heard about that type of tune. It's kind of like most of the ones that I've run into are actually not from Scotland. And this one is actually no different. This one is actually an English tune. And the Irish people have Scottishes as well. And I think most of the time what I see is their idea of what a Highland Fling or something like that would be like. And in this particular tune, it's a really great tune. I love it. It's a very well-known tune. Like lots of people play and have recorded Laddie with the Plaidie over the years. But it's also a very accessible tune in the key of D. And it's kind of got a structure that I think we can really work with. And then the other fun thing is that the version that I sent you just now, or about a half hour ago, is the simple version. Then there's a third part. And the third part is like a whole different version. Like in the book, they're kind of one, the simple one is above the one with the third part. And it's a great expansion. I'll play it for you, and we'll definitely get it eventually. It's a little tiny bit different than the two-parted version in the first two parts as well. But it's got these great triplets. I'll show you here. So I'll just play you the tune, The Laddie with the Plaidie there. The basic kind of structure of the tune, and I'm sure you guys can hear, we got a common second ending, which is where we always love that for the parts, and then we got the first phrase, second phrase type of thing that we're used to, so I think we'll get it really easy. But the fun thing about it, now let me just look it up so I don't play the wrong version. So I'm so bad for that, especially I realize that my different versions are going to be harder to control now that I'm actually playing gigs, because I'll tell you, me and Brian played a lot of different stuff this week and this weekend. So here's the third part. And then we got the last part. Anyway, so really fun, and it's really good because, like I said, it sounds hard, but it's just really an expansion on the second part of the tune, or that third part of the tune. So anyway, I thought it would be a good goal to first start with the first two parts and get them really strong, and then maybe we could go to the 4-part version and see if we can expand on it. All right. And before we do that, though, we're going to warm up with D major tonight, because this tune is in the key of D, and that's 2 sharps there on the fiddle, and we're going to warm up that key, D major. So what I usually do to warm up D major is to play a D major scale, except the only problem with D major is that it's only available in 1 octave without shifting, and we don't want to be doing any shifting this evening. So we have to kind of do the extended D. And then back down. Nice one, Bill. That's good. Good intonation. So anyway, so we'll start with that. So I'll put my tuner on, and we're going to play D major, nice and easy, nice and slow, with a very good sound, best sound you can muster. And then we'll do the arpeggio for D major, and then we'll do maybe some double stops in the key of D major, and then we're going to learn this tune. And we're going to wind up class in about an hour, because we're at my in-laws' place, and the kids have to go to bed, because it's actually 10 after 8 here. So we'll go until about 10 after 9. And we'll get this tune, and we'll get working in the key of D, and it'll be just a wonderful experience for everybody involved. Interesting experience over the course of the week at Godrich was teaching in person, which I have not been able to do a lot of in the last couple of years. But I had one class of 10, another class of 8, and me and the boys had the band class, which had 20 people in it with different instruments. And that was the most fun. We got together a set of jigs, a strathspey followed by reels, and a slow air. And they just had a great time. It was so much fun. And then we performed it on the Friday at the festival. So pretty cool. So if you ever had the inclination to go to Godrich next year, we'll probably be doing it again. Hi, Stephen. How you doing? And we're going to start off with a D major scale there, Stephen. And Stephen is a newbie, but he's not too new to the violin itself, just to the fiddle music. So with the D major, we start on D, and then we're going to take it all the way up to high A, and all the way down to low A. Okay, for the practice. So I'm going to mute everybody, then we're going to do that nice and slow. Best D major scale you've ever played in your life. Ready, go. Down we go. All right. I don't know about you, but when I got to the G string, I was in tune, but it was a bit of a fight. How did you guys feel about the D major? Did it go okay for the most part? Okay, let's do the double barrel shotgun approach. This is the second barrel where you get the duck instead of miss the duck. Ready, go. There we go. I was much better that time. I give myself like 98% that time. How did you guys feel? Did you do all right? Key of D? Very good. Now we're going to do the arpeggio. So that starts on the low A, and then it's going to be D. Okay? So low A on the G string, and then D. Ready? Go. F sharp. A. D, F sharp, A. Down we go, F again. D, A, F sharp, D, Okay, that's looking good. Everybody's getting that pattern really good now. Let's try it one more time. The arpeggio. Ready, go. All right, now did everybody hear me pull my low A in there? My first attempt was a little sharp, so I had to ease off the pressure. It came into tune, okay? Anyway, how's everybody feeling about the key of D? Is the hand getting used to it? Starting to come down in tune? That's great. Now let's go over the double stops, okay? During the Goderich week, I taught a class that was called Techniques, Intermediate Techniques. The entire class was just little scales and exercises to strengthen this and that and the other thing. And the one thing that people were impacted by more than anything was practicing double stops. It seems to be really, really good for your bowing, for playing on a single string. If you constantly touch other strings, it helps that because you learn where they are, and it helps you get the weight right. Because if you can make it right on two strings, one string is easy. So let's do that. Let's work on these double stops. So the first double stop is the A and the D. And then it's the D and the A. And then it's the F sharp and the A. And then it's the D and the A again. And then it's the octave, D and D. And then a third, F sharp and D. And then at the top we do an octave. Okay, and then we do F sharp and D again. And then we do D and D. And then we do the open A and open D. And then we do F sharp and A. And then the opens once more. And then the low A and the D. Okay, that's the pattern. Now, Stephen, I realized I might not have sent you that pattern. Did I send you D major double stop?
Haven't seen it.
Okay, let me send it to you right now, so that'll make it a little easier. It's just based off of the arpeggio, and all the notes that we use to harmonize with the note in the arpeggio are also a note from the arpeggio. And that seems to be a good way for people to get started using double stops, because if you've practiced your arpeggio, you can pretty well pick those notes out easily. See what I mean? There are an infinite number of double stops you can do in the key of D, but this is a good way to get started. So let me just send you that pattern.
Okay, great, thanks.
No problem. There we go. Here's all three. Okay, that will work. Okay, there you go, Stephen, and then you can just bring them up on your screen there when you get them, and you can follow along. And in the meantime, we're going to grind away. Okay. So let's do those there, guys, and let's do 2 bows per set of our double stops, like we usually do, to get the good practice in. Okay. So we got the low. We're starting off with the low A and the D. Ready, go. And it up. Open D, open A. And an up bow. F and A. Up bow. Opens again. Up bow. Octave. Up bow. F and D. Up bow. And the octave at the top. And an up bow. Third again, F sharp and D. Up bow. Octave again. open up. Opens. Up bow. F sharpening. Up bow. Open D opening. Up bow. And the low A D. And the up. And that's how you do them. All right, how are we getting along with those? Stephen, how'd you get along with that pattern? Do you understand how it works? 1 second, I'll unmute you. Oh.
Not really. I'll catch up.
Okay, but have you played a D major arpeggio before?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can see that like it just kind of follows. It's very, very similar. It's just kind of starting the arpeggio a note up. See what I mean?
Right.
With your bow on those two strings. If you think about it that way, it might go a little easier. Yes, Bill?
Yeah, can you send me those double stops in D
No problem.
and also in G? If you
I'll send you all three here, Bill.
all three, that'd be perfect.
Yeah, I did it recently for somebody, so I got it all ready to go here. There you go. Off it goes.
Thank you.
No problem. Okay. Hi, Elaine. How you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
Good. Are you in Oakville or are you in Nova Scotia?
Well, I'm in Burlington. I'm back.
Yeah, you're back. Okay. I'm in Nova Scotia.
I know. Good trip.
Oh, a really good trip. Yeah, the kids were great for the whole 2 days. Very, very good. Anyway, we're doing D major double stops.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. One more there, guys. Up bow or down bow and then up bow on each set. Low A and D together. Ready, go. Open A, open D. F sharp A. Opens again. And the low. That's them. That I end many D major tunes on that particular double stop. See that? It's a great way to end a tune. Really puts a line under it, you know, to be the signal for the end. I call it an applause sign. Anyway, okay, so that's D major double stops. Any questions or problems? I know, Stephen, you're going to catch up with them, but if there's anything you don't understand or need help with, I am here to help. That's what I love to do. But anybody have any questions or problems with those? It's a work in progress, I know. Double stops are tough, but keep at it. They strengthen you. Now, laddie with the pladdie. So first of all, I'm just going to play it. Let me get it out here so I don't. There we go. Okay. So I'm just going to play this beautiful old tune here. And I'm going to play it a couple of times so that it gets ringing around in your guys' head. Because that's the first step to learning a tune by ear, is to hear it in your head. Okay? Whether you want to or not. And certainly this tune is a catchy tune. And it's got a lot of repetition. So this tune could become an earworm. And I apologize for that, but I think you'll thank me later. Anyway, here we go. Laddie with the pladdie. her. Very simple tune. All right, everybody got that kind of ringing around there? That's good. Now, I'm sure that you're looking at it and following along as I play, and you're seeing that it's a very simple tune. It's the kind of, we got this, the first phrase, and then we got kind of the first phrase again, but with a different second half. See that? That's kind of how that goes. Very, very simple. And then in the second part, it's exactly the same setup. And the nice thing is that the ending for the A part and the B part are exactly the same. You see that? Da 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 be diddle die. So once we have that, we have half of the tune. Okay? Now, so I'm going to split it up into its phrases. So I'm going to play the first phrase. Now, it's the first phrase, which is the first two bars, and then the first phrase again with a different end, with a different second half of it. See that? So I'm going to play the first phrase here so you can get the where it starts and stops. That's the first phrase. See that? That's the first musical sentence there. Now, I know that there's a whole bunch of dots and dashes, and it's kind of mind-boggling and baffling to the eyes, but you don't really have to worry about it. It's the same rhythm right through until the end of the phrase. Long, short, long, short, long, short, long, short, long, short, long, short, short, long, long. See that? So there's only one different thing there. It's all just the kind of yum, be-tum, 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 be, and then we turn it around. Short, long, long. It's as simple as that. Each phrase is going to have a very similar rhythmic pattern. So you don't have to sweat all those dots and dashes. I'm going to play that phrase again. I want you to follow along and see what I mean with the rhythm. And that E is a quarter note. That's the longest note we got there. Okay, I'm going to do it one more time. That's her. Okay, so we start on an F sharp. And we kind of go down the scale, but we add the G. And then we skip the C to the B. And then we go A, F, A, D, and then a C to the E. And another E. That's how that works. So we're going to get the E1 ready. Okay? This first bit is all E1. F sharp. So let's go 1, 2, 1, open. And then we got to switch over and play the A3. Okay? So let's give it a try. Really slow. E1 and then 2. Ready, go. 3, E3, 1A, D2, A, 3, 2, E, E. Oh, that's looking so good. Everybody's getting the idea easily there. That's good. So now we'll try it one more time. I'm going to give you some numbers again, and we'll try it one more time, and then I'm going to try doing it without yelling out numbers. Okay? So 1, 2, 1 on the E string is how we start. Get your one ready. Ready, and 1, 2, 1. E, A3. E, A3. 1A. D2A. 3, 2, E, E. Looking beautiful. Anybody having problems with that phrase? Doesn't look like it. Let's do it again. Okay, let's do it again. This time, no numbers from me. You're on your own. Ready, go. Okay, one more time for the practice. Ready, go. Everybody getting that phrase? Yeah? Any problems at all? Anybody have a problem, please let me know because I can help. So, okay, so now the second phrase, it's all the same, except at the end, with the B, we go up the scale. Right to the A, and then F to the D. And it's still got that short, long, long at the end. I'll play that whole phrase there. B, up we go. High A, F, D, D. See how that works there? Let's give that a try. As slow as a cold molasses. Let's do it. Ready, go. 1, 2, 1. E, A3. E, A3. 1, 2, 3, E, 3, 1, D. D. Oh, it's looking beautiful. Let's do that again. Same thing. I'll give you the numbers. Ready, and 1, 2, 1. E3. E3. B2. 3, E. 3, 1, A3. 3. Looking beautiful. Okay, one more time without the numbers there, guys. Ready, go. Up we go. And I can tell by your bows that you're doing the rhythm right at the end of the phrase. That's great. Short, long, long. That's very good. Okay, so now that's the two phrases that make up the first part. Now we got to link them together. Very simple. And we got that long E to kind of regroup and think of how to play the phrase again. So let's start at the very top of the A part and let's see if we can get through to the end. Okay? Starting on the F sharp. Slower than anything. Ready, go. Let's do it again. How are we doing? Anybody having any problems at all? No? Yes, Heather.
Quick question. Do we, now I know we're doing single bow for each note, but for example, when we go from E1 to A3, should it be all one bow?
Yeah,
Da-da.
probably. Yeah, well, not so much E1 to A3, although it's written in the music, but that you always have to watch out for bowings written into traditional music. It's usually a suggestion. But if I were you, what I would do is the up rule. So after the long note, the next two notes we're going to do in an up bow so that we can get back to down bow, down beat. Okay? So it's going to be down, up, 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 down. And then again, up, down to repeat the part. That's how it works. See that? And you see, you could slur those last two notes, but you would lose some of the rhythmic effect. That's the slurred. That's the unslurred. You see how much stronger that is for that little short long? And that's the one change out of the rhythm. You really want to stick that in there and make people hear that. So I would single bow that and slur the two notes after the long note, which is the normal element that we've been working on. Okay? Everybody got that? Very good question, because it would get confusing otherwise with all these long and short notes going the wrong way. Let's try it again. Same speed 2 times. Ready, go. Up, up. Again, up, up. How are we feeling? Anybody having any problems?
Then a quick question. I'm not following the bowing, so are we following the slurred notation?
No.
Okay, so I missed that, I think.
Okay, you can. I mean, I was just saying that when you see bowing written into a tune, it's usually a suggestion, because there are a million different ways to bow a tune depending on the player that you're looking at, you know? But what always works is down, I call it downy uppy. So especially for Scottish music, so that's basically down bow down beat. See that? Yeah, down, up, 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 down. See, that's nice and strong. But then that means that you have to do a little correction after that long E so that you can keep going that way. So you play the F and the G in an up bow. See that? Now you're back to your down bow down beat. See how that works there?
Yep.
And that is, I call those up-ups. And it's an element of bowing that's in Irish and Scottish and in anything you're doing in 4/4. It's a useful element to be able to do to get yourself back on down bow, down beat.
Okay.
Okay? Awesome. Good
Question, Dan.
Yes, Aileen.
Okay, we're ending the A part on a down bow. Okay, so to get into the B part,
Yeah.
do we,
Yeah, I'll show you what I do. Now you do a little pickup note there.
Pickup.
That's that's the easy way to do it, you know? If you wanted to do it exactly as written, you could, but you'd have to give yourself a little pause. And continue down, which you could, but most people find it better to put in a little sneaky pickup there, a little up bow to turn the bow around, okay? And you run into that a lot with this situation where it ends on a long note and it starts on a long note. Okay? Anyway, we'll get there, Elaine. Good question, though. See, you're thinking ahead. That's good. Okay, let's try it a little bit faster now. Like this. Ready, 2, 3, go. Looking good. Everybody get through that okay? Excellent. Okay. So now stop me at any time if you need help, but let's move on to the B part, because then I think we can grind away in the whole tune. So the B part, like Elaine said, it starts on a long note. It starts on a long A. And then we got this little triplet. And And I slur that in an up bow. See that? Like that. And then, so we got the A, we got the triplet, and then we got an F sharp that's a little 16th note. So that's the short note. The next two notes are dotted eighth notes. So those are the long notes. So I'll show you what that sounds like. See that? Short, long, long, short. So A, triplet, short, long, long, short. That's how that bar sounds. Okay, I call that the long sandwich because the long notes are in the middle. See that? And the short notes are on the outside. Okay, so let's see if we can get this. So it's a long A, triplet down the D string, that's the F, E, D. And then we got F, A, A, D. Okay, let's see if we can do that. Okay, long A. Ready, go. Okay, my D was flat. You hear that? That's terrible. Ready, again. That's better. How's everybody feeling about that? Isn't that a neat lick? I love that lick. Let's do it one more time. Ready, go. Yeah. Now the next bit as we carry on here is regular walking rhythm, long, short, long, short. And then a little short, long, long. I love that lick too. Okay, let's try that. This is the second bar of the second line. 1, open 1, 3, 2, E, E. Ready, slow. 1, open 1, 3, 2, E, E. Yeah, let's do it again. Ready, and B, A, B, D, C, E, E. Yeah, looking like you're getting the rhythm right and everything, guys. It's very good. Do it again. Ready, go. Yes, very good. So let's see. Can we put it together? I will show you first. That's how it goes. Let's see if we can do it. I'll call out the letters. Whew. Okay, long A. Ready, go. A, triplet, F, A, D, B, A, B, D, C, E, E. Okay, looking pretty good. Let's do it again. Ready, slow. A, F, D, A, D, F, A, D, B, A, B, D, C, E. Okay, looking better, looking better. Let's do it one more time to be sure, okay? I'll try it without the letters this time. Ready, A. Oh, that's not too bad. One more time to be sure. Ready? A. Keep going. Same thing. A. Triplet. F, A, D, ending. See that? We already know it. Hello, ending. I remember you. Okay, so that's how that part works. We got the A, triplet, F, A, D, and then we got the B, A, B, D, C, E, E. And then we do the first phrase again, A, triplet, F, A, D, and then we continue up the scale from C to do the ending. Let's try that second part together again, nice and slow. I won't surprise you this time. We're doing the whole thing. Long A to start. Ready, go. Hey! Oh yeah, one more time. Now I noticed that to turn myself around, and you guys might have noticed this too. So in the middle of the part we have two long notes, an E and an A. See that right in the middle of the part, which means that our bowing is backwards again. So I fix it with the triplet. With triplets, I have a rule of thumb. If I'm going up for a triplet, I slur it. If I'm going down for a triplet, I single bow it. See that? That's how I'm dealing with this problem. Watch me. See that with the little up that's actually written in to the music after that second triplet. There's a little slur, up bow slur, F to the A. So I'm doing that as well. Because that up rule that I was talking about before also applies after triplets if your triplet is on a down bow, because a triplet also screws up your bowing pattern, just like a long note. Okay? So you have to get used to doing the up after a down bow triplet. Okay, now this is all very complicated bowing. You can also just go straight downy uppy right through the whole thing and be just fine. All right, so keep that in mind. Try not to get too bogged down in it. These tricks I'm telling you do really help to make the tune sound stronger, but it's not totally necessary, especially at this speed. You can't go wrong with downy uppy. It'll always work, but these little tricks will give you just a little more strength. Let's try that part again, everybody. Second part. Nice and easy. Ready? A. Again. Last time. Looking good there, everybody. How are we feeling? Any problems, questions, queries, concerns? Now's the time because my left hand needs a little break. Oh, jeez, I did a lot of
Quick
play.
question.
Yes.
So can you give me one example of an up triplet in this piece of music?
So the first time you head into the B part, you play that A on a down bow. That means the triplet, the triplet that comes after it is going to be on an up bow.
Oh.
See what I mean?
Okay. Oh, wow. I've always had it reversed in my brain. When I go like that, I always think I'm going down.
Oh,
This is down.
yeah. Frog
Wow.
tip
Okay.
is down bow. That because you're letting the bow drop down, right? And then tip to frog is an up bow. Okay, and the sign for
Okay.
it, the down bow looks like a staple like this. That's the down bow sign, and an up bow is V for victory. I always wondered why they had those two signs, the staple and the V for victory. And a violinist told me once it's because when you're doing your down bow, you're starting with the frog. So that's the staple. That's the square thing. See that? And when you're starting your up bow, you're doing with the tip. That's the V. See that? And that's what he told me. So I don't know if that's true. But it's something. That's the only explanation I ever got. Kind of like the explanation for why it's called a frog. Have you guys ever heard that, why it's called the frog? Because it eluded me for years. I never knew. Like, why? Why would they call it that? And it turns out, now again, I got this from a violinist. You always have to take anything a fiddle player says, classical or otherwise, with a grain of salt. You know, we like to talk. But they told me, and she is somebody that has a couple of degrees, I have to say. But they told me that this version of the frog actually didn't come along until the mid-1700s, kind of like the fiddle. And I don't know if you knew about that. What we see here with this style of fiddle came in the early to mid 1700s. Before that, they looked very different. They had different sound holes. Some had just a regular hole like a guitar, or these crescent-shaped holes. They had big round backs. They had and flat tops. They had all different kind of things. But this proved to be the loudest, and it was designed by Stradivari. He was the first one to design this style of violin. And so this won out, especially the sound holes. That's where these sound holes were invented by Stradivari, and they turned out to be the loudest design ever made for the violin. See that? Way louder than the other ones. Because back in those days, the audiences were still large, but they were always looking for louder instruments because they had no sound amplification. So this turned out to be, and it's never been bettered. 1723 or something like that. Never been bettered. See that? Except for Guarneri. I found he made a better fiddle. But anyway, the bow, the frog, apparently this was developed around the same time, and it was by a French bowmaker. And at that time, French people were called eaters of frogs, because they ate frogs, lots, all the time. And so that's why it became called the frog. Okay, so there you go, little known facts, trivia. Anyway, okay, shall we try Laddie with the platy? Let's try the whole thing. Let's go right from one end to the other. I'm worried my computer's gonna die. Okay, no, it's all right. Okay. Okay, nice and slow, and we're gonna do it at least 3 times, so prepare yourself. Ready, go. How are we doing? Anybody having any problems? I love to talk about problems. That's what I did in the intermediate technique class for the whole week. And I thought for sure, like halfway through, I thought for sure they were kind of snoozing, like falling asleep with all the talk. But at the end of the week, they actually applauded me. They gave me a round of applause. I couldn't believe it. I was like, really? For all that yakking? But you know, they came with questions. That was the thing. There was a lot of them. There was 10 of them. And they all had questions, things that eluded them for years, playing fast or playing in tune or many different things. And so it was really useful. It was the first time at a folk festival that I've ever taught a class like that. Usually it's just learn more music, but this one was make the music you're playing stronger, which is much better in my opinion. Anyway, no problems? Okay, you know what that means. We got to go a little faster. So let's go kind of like this. Okay, we'll split the difference. We'll go a little slower than that. Ready, and... Okay, take a little breather there. We're going to try it again, but I want to see if anything went wrong when we went fast. Anybody have any problems when we went fast? Besides the bow? And I was going to say, if you want an easy fix for those triplets and everything else, don't worry about starting the second part on an up bow, the long egg. If you end up on an up bow for that, go with it, okay? It just means you have to do the down, up, down for the triplet and the up, up, but we're used to doing that. Your arms, I was watching everybody's arms, they were doing it anyway, okay? So don't be afraid to go up for those first notes if it means you're going to end up in a better direction for your bow, all right? Any other questions, any problems at all before we try to go a little faster? I'm going to grab a drink. Where did I put it? Just hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, what do you say? Can we try going faster? Let's do it. We're almost at the top speed. Very, very close. It's not a fast tune. Highland dancing is kind of actually a slow thing. It's not the fastest thing. Like step dancing. Hey, I saw some great step dancing at Goderich. Oh my God. There was so many dancers there. There was a fiddle player, a friend of mine, Dan Stacy from Stratford. Excellent dancer. He was doing both. There was Kyle Weymouth, who was his accompanist, who was also a world champion step dancer. Or I shouldn't say world, like North American champ. And then there was Andrea Beaton. And I played all week with her. It was such a great time. And she was dancing. And Cherish the Ladies at one point had, I think, 9 dancers on the stage. All artists from other bands. Can you imagine that? Not me. I'm not a dancer. My mom tried to get me to step dance when I was Jerome's age, but I was built like a basketball. It didn't work out at all. So I stuck with the fiddle, for a time. Anyway, okay, here we go. A 1, 2, 3, and... From the top. all get along at that speed. So that would be an aspirational speed. All right. And then, because it doesn't get much faster than that. Like I've heard people, I heard this on the week at Godrich. That's why I thought we could learn it. Got reminded of it. I think it was Andrea playing it, and she wasn't playing it much fast. I think I'm just going to see about the top speed of this tune. That's the fourth part there, the hard part. in the more expanded version. It comes, thank you. It comes after this one in the book. Like there's this simple one, and that's the one that most people know. And then there's the four-parter. And it's not that, the thing is, like I love starting with this one because it's simple. The third and fourth parts are actually quite simple, and I'm sure you could hear it there. It's just a scale, right? A little scale pattern. No big deal, but it's, it sounds impressive, but it's all smoke and mirrors. So I thought once we could get this basic part of the melody, get it down and get it in the head, then we can expand, and you guys can explore. Go and find that four-part, different people playing it. And we'll start making that an aspiration to get all four parts and then be really impressive at parties, make new friends quickly, stuff like that. All right. Anyway, so that's Laddie with the Platy. And next time we'll, yes, Lena.
Was there a video from the missed week? Or did I miss it, or did you put up a video for the week that we didn't?
No, I haven't
Okay.
put it up yet because
Check.
I've been relentlessly traveling, but I will be putting it up this week, yes. But
Okay, no worries.
this video, the video I put up earlier is just the Laddie with the Platy, done slow and fast. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, so practice that, and next week I'll be you know what? I think I'm on the road next week, but it should be okay. I should be all right for the class, but I'll keep you posted, okay? But in the meantime, D major scale and arpeggio, double stops, and then the Laddie with the Platy. All righty? Thanks a lot, everybody.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You.
See you guys.